Now let's take a look at using override groups to change attributes on multiple objects at once. So we're able to go in with these takes and create different variations. Let's say that we want to create a take that that turns off the visibility of lots of different objects. So in this case, let's say we want to have a take where we don't want to see all this stuff on the on our shelves, for instance. That's a pretty simple example, but I think it'll work for our illustration. So to do that, we'll create a new take, and I'm just going to call this empty shelves. And we want to add an override group. To do that, we can hit this button, or we can go to File, Add Override Group. You can see here under Objects, there's a new group, and we'll just call this Shelf Contents. And then we want to add our objects to this group. So we'll go to the Objects Manager. I'm just going to start clicking through here, I'll select the bottles, the towels over here, and then I'll just drag those over to takes and underneath this group. All right, once it's underneath this group, we need to decide what kind of tag we want to add to this. So let's just add a simple display tag. When we come over to objects now, you can see that it has display tags displayed on all of those separate members of our group, and there's a little T overlaid on top of it. That lets us know that that's based on a take. So now we can come in, select that. I want to use visibility, so we'll just click on that and turn the visibility off. And now, whenever we use that take, those shelves are going to be empty. So we can come through on all these different takes, and then empty shelves is going to turn those shelves off. So we can see it with just the structure and none of the sort of the dressing on it. Okay, so try to use override groups if you have lots of different objects and you want to go in and add make the same kind of a change to all those objects for a take. In this case, we wanted to turn the visibility off on all those objects at once. So adding an override group was one way that we could do that, putting them all inside that group, adding the tag, and then setting that visibility to be 0. And we can go in, and that's one of our takes that we can cycle through. All right, so the next thing that we're going to look at is setting up render takes. So if we look in our render settings all the way down here, we can set up different variations of renders as we go through and try to render our scene. So let's go ahead and do that next.